Alrighty, y'all. So the Drake lawsuit filing happened in New York. Drake filed a lawsuit for defamation against Universal Music Group. It's a 20-page filing, so I can't get to everything, but I'm going to hit the important points here. So in this 20-page filing, it opens with a quote from Lucian Grange, who is the CEO of Universal Music Group. The quote is, "A single lie can destroy a reputation of integrity, and while it takes years to build reputation, it can be ruined in 5 minutes." And the reason why they start with that as the foundation of this lawsuit is because Drake, for all 20 pages, is listing out every single harmful thing that has happened to him since Not Like Us has dropped.
Harmful.
That's how he names it.
Oh my God.
Since Not Like Us has dropped, including actual physical violence that he could have incurred and financial harm. So they get into the first couple pages. Now, a couple things that we learned in this lawsuit within the first 5 pages that we didn't know. Remember when the shooting happened at Drake's home back in May?
Yes.
Yep.
May of 2024. Drake, people have been trying to figure out since then, was Drake home? Drake was in the house, according to this document. He says that not only did the bullet strike the security guard, remember the security guard got hit, had to go to the hospital, all that, but one came through his front door. Basically saying, like, we were all in this house, I could have been hit. And all of this happened a few days after the song release. He's blaming everything on the song.
That's very whack, by the way, and I'll tell you why. Because Drake wasn't just, going back and forth with Kendrick. He was going back and forth with multiple artists. And didn't the Weeknd's manager get shot?
And
something happened with
California, right?
And everybody, then
Yep.
a few weeks later, the shooting happened at the security guard with Drake. And they had an issue. So why are you just pointing at Kendrick and saying Not Like Us caused this?
I'll get to it. So he details the fact that not only was he home, but he had to endure what the security guard went through. He wasn't physically shot, but it was there was like a mental distress almost, or like a stress on him, because he was a part of the people that they were trying to stop the bleeding on the guard. The ambulance took 30 minutes to get there, so it was a very tragic situation that he had to endure. And he's saying that they point this to the song because of the art on Not Like Us. So they're saying that because
the cover art.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Because this cover
Had a
art was
picture of his
there.
house.
Streamers used it. He mentions Kai Cenat and how Kai Cenat has like all these millions of views using that art. It exposed where he lived, and then there's been harm because of that.
Everybody know about that big ass house in Toronto.
Now listen, I will say this too. In the documents, Drake team claims that before they don't know if it was one or multiple shooters, but before shots let off, they heard a person yell. Can I say that word?
No.
Okay, they heard a person yell F Drake, and then the shots went off. So they're saying that this was targeted at him, and they believe it was because of the song, and they had the location because of that home.
It couldn't have nothing to do with other beef that he had going on with other people.
I'm just telling you what this document says.
Come on,
Just side note, you can never say the F word on radio.
I can't even believe you
okay,
asked.
I
I thought you was talking about the gay slur. I was like, whoa.
No, why would I say that?
I don't know.
I don't know why you would say the other
you
one.
think you could say that.
Let's bring it on back. Let's bring it on back.
All right. Crazy over here.
Oh my God. And then he talked about, so remember the next day after the shooting, there was an intruder at his house. He says that basically because of how big the song got, which he says is alleging is because of this whole campaign that Universal Music put out around it.
Oh God.
People were crazy enough to the point where someone came and dug a hole under his gate with their bare hands.
They've been doing stuff like that. Remember when they did it and Odell Beckham was in his house in California? They've been doing stuff like that to you, Drake.
All right. Now, when he gets into the viral campaign that he's saying that Universal Music Group launched, and he says that because of this, people, and not just rap fans, think that he's actually a certified pedophile. And they use the exact quote, certified pedophile. So they're using words from the actual song in this document a lot. Drake is also blaming Universal Music for Kendrick being at the Super Bowl. He's saying that not only did Kendrick... And they do say in this document that this
Stop laughing. Let's listen.
Because Kendrick isn't named on, like, Kendrick isn't being sued. Universal Music Group is, but the basis of it is the song. And he's saying that Universal Music Group, once the song was released, and you know what I mean, they got it moving, got it big through bots and third-party streamers and all this stuff that they pay a lot of money for. They then leveraged their very powerful relationships to make sure that this song was everywhere in commercials, on TV, and that Kendrick secured the Super Bowl.
It was a very popular song, though.
I'm just telling you what the lawsuit says.
So
right?
you're telling me
biggest song of the year,
one of the biggest songs ever. So you're telling me nothing Kendrick Lamar has done in his career ever, not the 4 classic albums, the Pulitzer Prize, none of that had anything to do with him being ready to perform at the Super Bowl this year. By the way, this is his second time doing it. This first time headlining, second time doing the Super Bowl.
Well, it's not directly about Kendrick. This is about, according to Drake, this is about Universal Music Group and their intention. Well, I'm telling you what the lawsuit says.
Oh, no, I'm with you, but he got to stop saying
it. It is instead completely about Universal Music Group and a company that Drake says decided to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize a song which they knew contained false claims, right? So then they get into how they allege that Universal Music Group manipulated the internet a little bit more. They said that Universal Music Group removed copyright restrictions on YouTube and Twitch. So that makes it easier for content creators, streamers, anybody to be able to go on and use the song. Because
But didn't they do the same thing for him?
Because normally, we're going to get into what Universal Music Group said in response to that, because they kind of said similar things to what you're saying.
This is crazy.
They also mentioned the radio stuff. Remember, he said that there was like radio people that were being paid to push the song.
Now that I need to know about. Drake, now you need to snitch.
You stupid.
Tell. Because I think I know who it is, and I don't want them here anyway.
Now they
Jesus.
also...
We don't need people like this in this business.
What's wrong with you? Go ahead,
You
continue
want to put
on.
a name on wax? What do you?
Yes, I do.
Continue on. Ignore him.
okay.
Ignore him, please.
Now they
Just go.
also mention Euphoria, and they say that if Universal Music Group at all tries to deny that these claims were false, it was in the music that this stuff was false, because in Euphoria, Kendrick says, "Don't tell no lies about me, won't tell no truth about you." So they're saying he was giving y'all the playbook of this is not true, and y'all still leaned in and allowed for this to happen, knowing that this could hurt one of your big artists, both physically hurt him because people were upset and accusing him of things, but also financially harm him. Now, another thing that he talks about that I did not know, he says that there was like a mob-like response to this, right? So people on the internet were upset, people were in person were upset. There were flyers popping up around Canada with him next to this other guy who's been accused of like random sexual assault things as well. And it was just bad for, locally where he was living, to the point where he says that after the shooting and different things, he had to take his son out of school, put him in a different school, and move his son and his son's mom out of Canada completely once the school year ended, because he feared for their safety.
Stupid. This is so stupid.
Now he also says that, remember there was a conversation that we found out that Drake said that he tried to go to Universal Music Group and have a conversation before he went public with any pre-action things, orders, lawsuits, whatever. So they talk about this in the lawsuit, and they say that he did. They said that he went to Lucien Grange, and they point out the fact that Lucien had also been accused or mentioned in conversation when all the Diddy stuff happened, and they moved swiftly to shut that down and do what they needed to. But when it came to Drake, and Drake being put in this pedophile light or whatever, he went to him and said, "Yo, why am I not getting any help on shutting this down?" And they were like, "If you move forward and do a lawsuit, you're gonna look stupid." According to the doc, he said that was their response to him. Like, listen,
these are battle rappers. This is hip hop. This is rap. This is what every artist before you that had that crown did. We could go through Tupac. He did the same thing. We could go through Pusha T. We could go through Jay-Z. We could go through Ice Cube. We could go through, of course, Kendrick. We could go through Nas. We could go through 50 Cent,
Jay-Z,
Cameron, so
Prodigy.
many Common, Prodigy,
50 Cent,
Remy Ma, Nicki Minaj,
nobody
Nori,
has ever
Eazy-E.
Nobody in the history of losing a rap battle has reacted with more whole-like antics than Aubrey Graham.
But it's a rap battle. Like, you win, you lose. You can't lose and then say I lost and it's not fair what you said. Do you go back and listen to some of these diss records and how disrespectful they were?
Yeah,
like,
and listen, don't get me
crazy.
wrong. Nobody wants to be called a pedophile or a sex offender. So in principle, I understand.
or have to move your son out of school and all of that stuff as well. Watch somebody get shot.
That is absolutely something, to sue for in principle. And I told you months ago he would do that. But in the context of a rap battle where both of you were saying crazy things about each other, no.
But also he had the option of saying, you know what, I'm not going to do this. Like when he did like that, he could have just said, I'm not going to join in. But once you join in and you start going in and he start going back, you can't say, well, he came with a knife and I don't want to fight no more. No, a fight is a fight.
Kendrick warned you on Euphoria several times. Now, Kendrick said this can go very, very far if you want it to.
As we wrap this, there's a little bit more to it, but I just want to say as we wrap this hour right here, the people are really upset, not even about the stuff that you guys are saying, but they're mad that like he named like Akai Sanat, right? And it's like, but you called him while he was on stream and told him stay on stream, but you mentioned him in this suit, and it's like you're
well, he did that because he's trying to show the numbers that are the people that are actually seeing what's going on. But the sad thing about it is, I'm a Drake fan, right? I'm a hip hop fan. I'm a Kendrick fan. And then when you see things like that, it really bothers me because rapping is a game. It's a sparring game. Y'all rap. You win some, you lose some. It's like if you're a boxing fan and then you lose the boxing match. You can't be mad and say, I'm going to sue you because you hit me so hard.
Boy, when Drake loses the support of the beige, you know it's over.
It's that because
I've been watching him lose support in the culture, but now he's losing the beige. If Steph Curry turns his back on him, it's a wrap.
No, and it's like untanned too. This is wintertime envy, so it's really personal.
It's sugar cookie envy.
Because I think he's acting like he ain't nice. He still get bit. Like the boy is nice. I just don't like this stuff. Like, I'm gonna sue you because you said I'm this.
Yeah.
You know how many times I could sue Charlamagne and many things he said about me that weren't true?
You see,
that is not true.
You said I was gay.
Now, if I start telling the truth about you, it's gonna be a problem.
Leave envy alone. He's going through a lot this morning. All right.
Why? What happened?
Drake, and you got to turn against your people.
I'm gonna sue you next time you call me gay.
And I never called you gay.
Yes, you did.
Other people called you gay.
You repeated it.
Exactly, because they told me you was gay, and I told you that they think you gay.
I think you have first-hand experience.
No,
but that's another story. All right, y'all. That's Jess with the Mess for the first hour.
I've got eyewitness experience, Lauren.
You got something.
I got eyewitness
See,
experience.
he lied. There's no witness. Things. What you see?
He didn't
You
see.
really want me to tell it? I'm gonna put it in a song.
Tell the people.
I'm not gonna just say it. You're more liable if you just say it. Okay. I'm gonna put it in a song.
What you done seen? And did you see it in the winter or the summer?
You might play not like us right now, Brett. Play not like us right now.
We gotta wrap up.
All right. Up next, we got front page news, and then Wendy Williams will be joining us. So don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up
early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.